You're standing at the gate under that humming fluorescent light, belt buckle warm and boarding call on loop, watching your bag slide 2 inches into the overhead and then jam. The plastic zip pulls squeak in your hand. The gate agent's voice is polite but clipped, and half the plane is already in the aisle. You can feel other passengers shifting, eyes flicking to your bag like a small, inconvenient problem on the conveyor belt of boarding. Start here, at home, and before you ever reach the gate. Measure your bag front to back and side to side, not just by eyeballing it in the closet.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right.
Check your airline's published dimensions for both personal item and carry-on. Those are different. Put the bag upright and compress it. Zip it. Then try sliding it into the closet or a door frame to simulate the overhead bin width. If you have a soft-sided carry-on, pack it loosely so it can be squished into a bin. If hard-sided, expect less give. At the airport, use the airline's sizers at check-in or baggage drop. If you only measure at the gate, you've already taken a gamble. Arrive at boarding with your bag zipped and handles tucked. If your flight offers priority boarding and you need overhead space, decide before the gate whether buying it is worth the guarantee. I'll explain the cost versus benefit in a moment. When boarding starts, present your smaller item first. Put valuables, medications, and anything you'll need during the flight into your personal item that fits under the seat, a tote, briefcase, or small backpack. If you insist on using the overhead for a heavy bag, expect gate staff to intervene when space is tight. That intervention is where gate checking happens. Gate checking means an agent will take the bag at the aircraft door or just before boarding, attach a paper or plastic tag to it, and send it to the cargo hold. You'll typically get a stub or a luggage tag receipt so you can identify it at baggage claim. The bag will be unloaded in baggage claim at your destination, or sometimes brought to the jet bridge for early pickup, but normally it goes to the belly of the plane. Why do airlines gate check? Think of the overhead bins as a shared closet on a bus. Weight distribution, space for everyone, and rapid exit at the destination matter. If bins are overloaded, bags can shift during turbulence and cause injuries, or the boarding process will slow to a crawl as passengers wrestle with suitcases. Gate checking keeps the cabin safe and boarding on schedule. Many useful links can be found in the description. Here's the practical reality about costs and risks. Many legacy carriers in the US will gate check an oversized carry-on for free if the bin is full, or for aircraft with smaller bins. Low-cost carriers sometimes charge a fee either when you're asked to gate check or earlier as a carry-on allowance, and that fee ranges from about $25 to $60 if charged at the gate, and can be higher if you prepay with the wrong fare class. If the bag is checked instead at the ticket counter, you'll often pay the usual checked bag fee, typically $30 to $35 domestic, more for international flights or for overweight bags. Overweight or oversized checked bag penalties can add $50, $200 depending on airline and weight. Missed flight risk is usually low if you comply quickly, but trying to argue or repack at the gate during boarding is where things go sideways. A prolonged delay can lead to a closed gate or the gate agent refusing further changes. That's a real way to delay yourself onto a later flight. Worst-case baggage risk. Gate-checked bags are generally handled like checked luggage, so fragile items or valuables you didn't remove can be damaged or delayed. A small percentage are misrouted on tight connections. Don't travel with irreplaceable items in a bag you expect to gate check. Cheapest, safest solution. Make the personal item your primary in-cabin bag. Use a soft-sided personal item that fits fully under the seat and pack essentials there. If you need more than that, measure your carry-on to the airline's limit, use a compressible duffel, and consider wearing a bulky jacket on board to free space. If you travel occasionally, buy a single soft-sided bag that's 1 inch smaller than the airline limit and keep it folded in a closet. It will save you more in fees than you think. If you prefer not to risk a gate check, buy priority boarding only when you know you'll need the overhead for a full-size bag, otherwise decline the upsell. Priority boarding often guarantees overhead space, but it's an airline revenue trick. They sell peace of mind. On tight flights, it's worth it. On wide-body or empty flights, it's unnecessary. Decide before you reach the gate so you aren't pressured into paying $10, $40 there. Here's a specific bait and switch to watch for. Some booking sites advertise free carry-on or bundle it with seats, but then show a small size limit applies note and charge you for a bag that exceeds a tiny dimension. Airline websites sometimes bury the exact bin dimensions in the fine print. Always check the airline's official carry-on dimension page. Screenshots from the booking site can't override the carrier's policy. If an agent tells you a bag will absolutely be charged at the gate, calmly ask to see the airline's carry-on size written on their policy printout or on the airport signage. Politely refusing an arbitrary charge is within your rights when the bag clearly meets the published limits. If your bag is gate-checked, tag in hand, understand retrieval. Most U.S. domestic flights route gate-checked bags to baggage claim. Some airlines return them to the jet bridge for pickup on arrival, but that's airline dependent. If you have a tight connection, ask the gate agent to note your bag as priority on the tag. Agents can mark it so it rides the same aircraft even on quick turn flights, but this is not guaranteed. For fragile or expensive items, always move them to your carry-on or personal item. Don't assume the gate-checked bag will be handled gently. A quick packing checklist when you fly. Measure your bag, remove non-essential hard items, put valuables and medication in a personal item, consider a soft-sided bag, and decide about priority boarding before the gate. At the gate, comply quickly if asked to gate check. It's faster and preserves your place on the plane. If you're charged unexpectedly, take a calm photo of signage and ask for a supervisor. Documented fees are harder to reverse, but polite persistence usually helps. A final tip: if you travel very rarely and want the least stress, buy a flexible checked bag in your booking or at the counter before the gate. Paying the checked bag fee early is often cheaper than paying a gate fee or risking last-minute chaos. If you found this calm, practical explanation useful, hit like and subscribe for short, reliable airport guides and packing hacks. Please leave any questions about a specific airline or bag model in the comments so I can respond with exact dimensions and policies. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and pack smart.